Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. From Sioux Falls to Rapid City and just about everywhere in between, snow blowers and snow plows are out in force. We caught up with a crew in the process of clearing snow from several Sioux Falls properties.
One spot it might be 6-8 inches, and then in the next spot is 2 feet. So I think the wind has really made it challenging. Some of the stuff the snow blowers are having a hard time getting through. So normally a property might take 25 minutes. Now each property is taking maybe 45 minutes.
As property owners clear the sidewalks, city crews are turning their attention to the side streets. Officials have said the cleanup could continue through the weekend. And there's a crew that's monitoring every aspect of the process. The Street Maintenance Division has its own command center, allowing management to monitor intersections and street conditions, locate equipment, and stay in constant contact with drivers. Street Operations Manager Dustin Hansen says the wind has made this storm especially challenging.
Last night before midnight, the roads looked pretty good, but then we got another 3 to 4 inches. That wind kind of wreaks havoc on the outskirts of town. So it's going to take us a little bit of time to get those emergency routes, get looking good, treated, and then we can move into our residentials this afternoon.
We'll tell you about some of the issues the team runs into during a cleanup tonight on KELOLAND News. As the wind dies down, interstates are reopening. Right now, I-90 remains closed from Chamberlain into Minnesota. This is a view from a Department of Transportation camera in the Montrose area. Interstate 29 is closed from Brookings to the North Dakota border. This is the view from a DOT camera near Watertown. The Department of Transportation expects to reopen more of the roads today. Many Sioux Falls businesses remain closed this midday, including Avera and Sanford Health Clinics. However, the Sioux Falls Regional Airport is back open, but travelers will still want to check ahead before heading to the airport. Several of today's arrivals and departures are canceled. We also checked on the flights at Rapid City Airport, and things appear to be getting back to normal. Turning now to a first look at our midday forecast. Not a whole lot of snow on the horizon, but significant cold, right, Scott?
We are looking at bitter cold again. Temperatures today, I guess this afternoon, near zero, many locations. And you throw in the wind, we're talking wind chills in the minus teens, minus 20s. Tonight, we'll have the actual air temperature fall to the teens and 20s below zero. The good news is the winds will die down. The winds will not be as strong as we go through the overnight hours. Storm system is to our east. We have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies right now. The winds continue to slowly die down during the afternoon. So I would say, conditions with our blowing snow will improve or continue to improve as we go through the afternoon. Just a couple of the snowfall reports coming in. Huron, 16 inches. Hartford over a foot. Sioux Falls just over a foot. And we see Castlewood coming in just over 10. Yankton at 7. Aberdeen 7.5. Rapid City 8.5. Close to 10 in Watertown. That's what Pierre received at 10 inches of snow. Brookings, I just saw a report from Brookings at about 11 inches. Visibility still down. Many locations coming in. I would say 5 miles or less. You do have a couple of areas still highlighted. Yankton at about a half. Worthington at 3/4 and about a mile in Aberdeen. Over the next 12 hours on Futurecast, brings back dry conditions. Our next chance at precipitation looks to be Monday. Temperatures right now, we'll just say near zero on either side of zero for that matter. North to northwest winds sustained 15 to 25 miles per hour, and the wind chills are in the minus teens and the minus 20s. Gusts still coming in near 30. Not as strong as what we had yesterday, but still a couple of those wind gusts out there near 30. So cold for today, decreasing winds. Will fall to the teens and 20s below zero tonight with light winds. And then tomorrow we'll have temperatures that will remain cold. Many locations in eastern KELOLAND, even central South Dakota, only in the single digits. Teens and 20s. In western South Dakota tomorrow. Warmer numbers here this weekend. I'll have more details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes, Dan.
Thank you, Scott. A county in northwestern Iowa is adding a mental health deputy. The Sioux County Sheriff's Office has seen mental health-related calls increase over the years.
Could be family issues. It could be a husband and wife that are arguing about, whether it be financial, whether one of them is an addict. It could be somebody that's sending text messages saying goodbye, I love you, wanting to commit suicide.
Find out how the new type of officer will help fill a need in the county in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND. Florida police say a gunman accused of killing a woman in the Orlando area returned to the neighborhood hours later and shot 4 more people, killing a journalist covering the original shooting and a 9-year-old child. Orange County Sheriff says the reporter and a photographer were in an unmarked news vehicle on Wednesday afternoon covering the first homicide when a man approached and shot them. The man then went to a nearby home where he fatally shot a girl and critically wounded her mother. Deputies have arrested 19-year-old Keith Melvin Moses, whom they say is responsible for all the shootings. A motive remains unclear. 11 derailed cars on that Norfolk Southern train that flew off the tracks earlier this month were carrying a hazardous payload. In its initial findings released today, the National Transportation Safety Board found the train was traveling below the 50-mile-per-hour max speed. But surveillance video from a local residence showed what appeared to be a wheel bearing in the final stage of overheat failure moments before the derailment. The Biden administration has defended its timing on a visit, saying it's appropriate now that the EPA declared the emergency phase of the crash to be over. A grand jury in Nevada has indicted a Dances with Wolves actor who is accused of sexually abusing and trafficking Indigenous women and girls in the U.S. and Canada for decades. As of Wednesday, 46-year-old Nathan Chasing Horse faces 19 counts in 4 jurisdictions and is scheduled to be arraigned March 1st. Police in Las Vegas have described Chasing Horse as a cult leader who used his position as a self-proclaimed medicine man to gain access to Indigenous girls and women. His public defender says the state's case has holes and that they are looking forward to revealing them.